All right, welcome everybody to this week's Connection Hangout. Tonight we are connected with the Diamonds. We've got some very special guests today, as you can see there on screen, and I'm excited to be able to get this kicked off. First, let's take care of a little bit of housekeeping. Regretfully, my co-host there, David Asarno, is not going to be able to join us this week, but he'll be back next week. Today, this is not a person behind me. This is actually a Ala Moana Beach area here in Honolulu, Hawaii, and it's absolutely beautiful day. I'm rushing around. I've got a lot of things to take care of over here, so I appreciate everyone bearing with me. A little bit different environment here. Got everything up and running just in the nick of time. Now, the Connection Hangout is not a business presentation. It's not a product training or education seminar. So if you would like more information specifically on a product or how the business opportunity functions, then we'd ask you to get back with the person who invited you here as soon as we're done, and they can point you in the right direction. Some of you also may see a more information button at the bottom of the screen, and if you do, after we're done, we'll be able to click on that and be taken to additional information regarding ASEA as well. Tonight, we won't have Brent Brooks moderating the comment thread, although he may be passing a little bit, because he's actually one of our special guests tonight. And we also have special guests, actually, we're missing one guest. I think she might have had some connection challenges, but if she signs on as well, we've got some brand new diamonds. And we've got Colleen Murray there, Triple Diamond Executive from Florida, Triple Diamond Executive Michael Stern out in Arizona, as well as Triple Diamond Executive Foster Melman out there in New York. So let's go ahead and get things kicked off. This is a very special edition, again, of the Connection Hangout, being as we have all these superstar diamonds. One of the first things we want to talk about is convention, because convention is really, really close, and right now it's crucial time for you to get yourself positioned to have a lot of attendees in attendance at the convention to exploit the business. So the first couple of diamonds I'd like to start with is Colleen Murray and Dr. Foster Melman. How are you guys doing out there? I knew better. Doing great, doing great. Actually, Colleen, I'm going to start with you. With the convention coming up in just a few weeks, why is it important, especially for new associates, to be at that convention?
Well, I have to tell you, Paul, that conventions are where people see the big picture and they make major decisions and make major commitments. I mean, I'll never forget the very first convention I went to years ago in the industry. I went there by myself because I was kind of like not believe, do I really believe what they're saying, what people are saying? Can you really make money and all of that? So I just didn't know. I went to the convention and I was just blown away, and the entire time I sat there with a pad of paper writing down every single person's name that I wished was there right then and could hear what I was hearing. And all I could think of is, oh my gosh, I've got to, what am I going to do? I can't repeat everything that's being said over this weekend. So the very next convention I went to, and I swear I'd never go alone, I filled 2 buses full of and brought people up there. But it did make me make the commitment and decision. But the one thing I want to mention too is, when we have a wonderful product, but you may be a really healthy person and you may not have any needs as far as, you might eat really clean, feel awesome, might be young, might be very vibrant, athletic, or whatever, and you don't even have any earthly idea of what this product can do for people. So when you hear the testimonies, your belief system, and from people, I mean, I've had a lot of people that come to conventions and they're just asking someone, so what did ASEA do for you? And they come back just blown away and have so much faith and belief in what this product can do for them that they feel the responsibility to share with everybody. But I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the convention. So even if you're not new and you've been to conventions before, you never know what convention or who's going to say something that's going to turn that button on. You're going to see the big picture and you're going to say, timing's right for me and I'm going to run. So everybody that's on this call right now, if you've been to 1 or you've been to 5, it doesn't matter. This might be your convention, or you might have the perfect guest at this convention. But the most important thing is make sure you have a responsibility to everybody you personally sponsored and people that they sponsored to give them a good shot at building the business. And the best way is seeing the big picture and meeting Burtis and meeting the people of the corporation and meeting and seeing how much money and how many lives we touch. And the best way is at a convention. So I am so excited about this one. This is going to be the turning point for my life and for all the people in my organization and everybody that we're working with today. So congratulations to all of you and who you have committed already, and I look forward to seeing you there.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Colleen. We're looking forward to seeing you at convention. Lots of fun times, and we always love to get together. Sometimes it's the only time we get to see each other at these events, and so excited to be able to do that in just a few weeks from now. All right, let's shift over to up the coast there on the East Coast, up to Dr. Foster Malmed, Triple Diamond Executive. Dr. Foster, are you there?
I am right here. Can you hear me okay, Paul?
I can hear you loud and clear. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much. So Colleen's words are 100% true. Terry and I were not really network marketers at all before joining this company. And when we tried the product and my wife got her life and her health back after a few days, we called the person who got us onto the product, and he said, if you really want to know what this is, come out to the launch of this company, the first convention. It's in 2 weeks. And I said, no way. We just got back from vacation. I was just off for 10 days. I'm not coming to Vegas. And he said, if you want to know what this really is all about, you want to meet the founders, you want to meet the physicists, you want to meet the other people. And we went on trust, and we did it. And it was just Terry and I, and we met our upline there, the one person we knew. Next year, after having all that conviction, it was absolutely amazing. We couldn't believe meeting the founders, meeting Dr. Gary, meeting 1,000 people who were crying and hugging each other and laughing and had their lives back and helped other people get their lives back. And we're pretty skeptical New Yorkers. No, we're very skeptical New Yorkers. And it seemed like it was still just a show put on to get us to do something. But we came back, shared it. The next year we brought 4 people. The next year we brought 20. Last year we had 100, and this year we're probably going to have close to 200 people. You get people there, and you let the company change the path of their lives. It is amazing.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Great, great recommendations there. I remember meeting you at that for the first time at that first convention.
You ran away.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. All right, now let's shift over to Arizona here, as well as Texas. Michael and LoriAnn, what can people do? I'll start with Michael. What can people do this week to invite and get more people to convention here by the end of the month?
Well, the very first thing, Paul, is first off, you got to be like totally excited about going to the convention. You got to have such a deep conviction about it that when you get on the phone and you start talking to a couple of your people, you're going to be contagious with your sense that they absolutely had to be there. When the person that was talking to Foster and saying, hey, look, this is coming up in 2 weeks, you need to be out there, he had enough deep sense of conviction that Foster said, okay, I get it, this guy is serious about it. You got to have the same thing. But I recommend talking to all the leaders in your group, whether they're Director 300s or 700s or bronzes and above. But I think actually one of the best things would be to put a team call together and invite one of your upline diamonds onto the call to really get the big picture of why people need to be there. But again, you got to start with yourself, and you got to be totally, totally convicted that this is something that's going to absolutely be in their best interest to be there. And when you do that, it'll be contagious. And get the word to them right now.
Fantastic, fantastic. And LoriAnn over there, you got some anything to add to that? Maybe some tips and tricks. I know you always have tons of people at these events.
Well, you know, it's funny, but Michael and I maybe should have talked to each other before this call, just because he pretty much took the words out of my mouth. But it is about posture. I mean, you need to find out who on your team is not going to convention. And if they're brand new, come on, guys. Just tell Foster and Terry's story that you just heard from Foster, and look where Foster is now. If it's somebody that's not brand new, and maybe they're not exactly really happy with where they are right now, because a lot of times that's why they don't come to convention. How about asking them, look, this can be your year. It's all about posture. You need to make the connections. You need to hear the stories. You need to meet the founders. And it's all how you deliver the message. But it goes back to one basic, simple rule. You need to hop on the phones. You need to be calling people. And you need to be delivering, not like, oh, can you afford to go? It's like, no, you can't afford not to go. And that's really what I would do, is just find out who isn't going and give them a call directly. When was the last time you talked to them anyway?
Right. It is. It's a really good excuse to reconnect with people and to get them fired up about all the new announcements. And again, most people aren't aware of the specifics of things that are going to be announced, but have a good idea. There's enhancements to the program, to messaging, to potential celebrity or brand ambassador activity updates, media announcements, compensation plan enhancements. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's going to be going down. And if you consider yourself to be in business, then you really have to be at this event, at all of the major conferences. All right. I see that we've got a picture of LoriAnn there. LoriAnn, are you there? Can you hear us? We can kind of see you hold the good stuff. It might be just you need to get your microphone up, and if you put your mouse pointer over the screen, you may need to on top there unmute your microphone and your camera. So maybe try to do that in this process. Up until then, let's shift gears here a little bit over into the new ABC, the ASEA Business Coach platform. It's been in a beta test phase, if you will, up to current time. And I'd like to bring it back on, actually, Dr. Foster. I know we're working with a lot of groups out there, and to try to talk about some initial experiences. What's the feedback that you've been getting with the new platform?
Well, the feedback is lots of people are using phrases like game changer, no-brainer. I like to call it breakthrough technology to share breakthrough technology. But we actually had one of our silver executives who said, I want this to not be beta anymore so I can be diamond by convention. And she's a... my wife said she loves this because it doesn't matter if you're brand new out of the box or you're a seasoned veteran. This is for everyone. We will have the duplication system that we have all dreamt about for years, many of you decades, and just after seeing what it is that this stuff does, and we haven't even seen the real power of it yet, this is the game changer. To know that you can enroll somebody and just put them in front of Jeannie, the avatar, who knows everything, Paul Tyra and Michael Stern and Colleen Murray and all the triple diamonds and everything that they know, and to just script them and help them, and they don't have to wonder where to turn, like some of us who begged our upline, teach us, we beg of you so we can make what you're making. Now we just have an avatar, just a cartoon on a screen who's going to teach everybody everything they know. It's amazing. We are all so excited.
Yeah, it's really neat because it's not just information that, you know, I mean, there's always a lot of information repositories out there, right? Videos available, documents to download, things like that. But really, it's the ability, like Dr. Foster said, was to have a diamond or a double or triple diamond executive sitting right next to you and making recommendations on when to do things, at what given time you need to do them, and providing you with the right education at the right time so people aren't overwhelmed. And then as soon as they get that piece of education, they're able to implement it right away and take action and start using it right away by putting a contact in the prospect manager, categorizing them, and getting a script to know and feel comfortable on how to speak to that. So it's really some powerful stuff, and it's really revolutionary. Okay, let's see. Now, LoriAnn, were your microphone kind of up? Again, I know she's trying to connect you on iPad and a couple other channels. We'll give her a couple more thoughts on that. Julianne, can you give us some feedback on the ABC platform?
Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so excited about this. I mean, we all know that duplication is key. And part of the reason why I personally am so excited about it is because I've always come at this to where I can really, and these are literally the words that I have told people, I can only hold so many people's hands at the same time. And so if I'm busy trying to get some people up and off the ground, I almost feel like I can't put any more on my plate. Well, Jeannie does all that. And what's funny is that that's how I've been feeling. And yet when I was talking to one of the girls on our team, she called Jeannie the ultimate hand holder. And she shared with me, she goes, there are times that I feel bad because I know how busy you guys are. And but I'm always feeling like I'm needing you guys to hold my hand. And she's like, I don't need that anymore because Jeannie's always right by my side. And I love that. It just allows the new person to, with confidence, know that they can really, truly bring somebody on board, and that new person may even surpass them real quickly because they don't have to teach them everything. You've got all the diamonds and everybody to do that for you.
And it's really neat because, it's hard as your organization grows and grows. It's hard to reach down without spending an exorbitant amount of time learning, filtering, and sorting. So having Jeannie say, "Look, here's what happened. Here's how you get to the next level," and that's gonna release in upcoming releases, updates. The concept is so powerful. Okay, how about you, Colleen? How's it working for the Floridians?
Sorry about that. I couldn't hear you.
I was saying, what do the Floridians think about our new ASEA business coach?
Well, they're saying finally, oh my gosh, now I can do it. I mean, so many things that everybody has been saying. Julianne said, everybody said that it's like it's going to be a piece of cake. Or finally, now I know I can do this. I didn't think I could do it until we had this. Because we've talked about this for a long time, but now so much faster. Every little thing that I can have it now, so I can get going before the convention. Or oh my gosh, when can we start putting all the names in? So everybody's very, very good and realize that you won't have to travel as much, and the duplication system is right there for you. And like Julianne said, everything's duplication, and without duplication, there's
the next level.
Thank you, Alan, everybody.
Release in upcoming. Fantastic. All right. Looks like we got LoriAnn. LoriAnn, are you there? Can you hear us? How about you, Colleen? How's it? Got you loud and clear. All right. Good. We've got. And I think before we switch gears here, we've been talking about, and Colleen was just sharing a little bit about the experience with the new ABC platform. Have you had a chance to experience that and get your feet a little wet in that? What do you think?
Yes, I've been experiencing it a little bit, and just a little bit.
Okay.
But it's been awesome. I've been doing a bunch of shows this week, so I haven't had time to totally get into it, but I'm at the part where I'm making the phone calls, and I love it because this is exactly what I say to my people when I'm coaching them through it, just like Julianne was just saying.
Very cool. Very cool. Great stuff. All right. Now what I'd like to do, and by the way, next week on the Connection Hangout, it's going to be the tech connection. And we're going to get into the next final stages here with the ABC platform. We'll have some data testers to come on and share their individual experiences as well to get a little more clarity on that. But what I'd like to do now is shift gears over here and have a few of the diamonds come on the call and share their amazing journey to diamond. Some tips and some words of wisdom on how they can also become a diamond as well. So what I'd like to do is bring aboard here diamond executive LoriAnn Garner. I'm looking forward to hear your wonderful journey. I've heard we just hear such amazing things about you and your group, and if you can spend a couple minutes, we really appreciate it. The time's all yours.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad that I finally got on here and got things to work. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, fantastic.
Okay, great. So just a little bit about my journey is a lot the same as Foster and Terry. I have had zero network marketing experience. In fact, multi-level marketing was almost a bad word at our house. So I really did not have any experience in it at all. I was a glorified customer in a lot of my friends' companies, and they loved to have me as one of their customers. So when I started this out, I truly, my whole vision for this was just to get my product paid for my daughter, because my daughter had an extensive health issue, and the doctors told us she had to have 2 strokes before they would fix the problem that she had. And so when we found out about this product, that it really could help her, that was my whole motivation, was just to be able to earn enough money to get her product paid for. Then after, we saw all of the benefits from this, I really had gone to meet ASEA and went through a class with Tyler Norton, and he passed out papers to all of us and asked us to put our goals down on this paper. And at the end, we passed our papers in, and my husband, I says, "What did you write down on your goals?" And he said, "To get our product paid for." And I wrote down on my goals to get his dental office paid for. So our goals were at extreme different places. We had built a $1.7 million dental facility, and the economy crashed. And at this time, I did not know how we were ever even going to get our daughter's product paid for, but I didn't know how we were going to make our house payment. So my motivation was to really get in and learn everything I could. So I went to everything. I was at Paul Tyra's trainings. I was at Nancy Tennell's trainings. I was at every person's trainings I possibly could be in, at Sue Brenchley's, at Rosemary Skinner's, at everybody's trainings. And for me, I needed to learn how to do the business. So I listened to everything you guys said for me to do. I read books, and I remember saying at one point, Alan Noble said this is a 3 to 7 year plan. And so I told myself, I will quit after 5 years if I have not made any money in this company. And I remember talking to Rosemary after she asked me, how are things going? And I was getting a little discouraged. And I said, well, I only made this much money last year. And she said, LoriAnn, did you know that people go in debt sometimes in network marketing companies and never are able to even make as much money as you just said that you made last year? She said, I'm so proud of you, I can't stand it. So that really made me feel good, like, okay, I'm doing this, and I might have gone the slow route, I don't know. But I'll tell you, every single person on my team, I just say to them, just keep calling, just keep sharing. When they get discouraged, I tell them, go get away from it for a minute. Go, this is what Rosemary would say to me, go sew, LoriAnn, or go do something that you enjoy doing, and then come back to it. And every time I came back to it, it was just a boost. And I would have somebody that would want to, do something else in my company or in my organization. So it was just getting away for a minute and coming right back. That helped me a lot. So I'm really grateful to Rosemary and for all that she has taught me and for all that you guys have taught me. So thank you.
Fantastic. Some great lessons there. You became a sponge. You became open-minded. I think the fact that you set a realistic expectation, it was great that Alan, gave you that expectation of 3 to 5 years, or 4 or 5 years, and you had that mindset of that this wasn't supposed to be a get-rich-quick deal, that it's going to take work, and you made that commitment and succeeded. And again, like Foster and Terry did not have network marketing experience, and such a great example that you guys are. Because I can't tell you, a lot of times, some of us networkers sometimes we're cursed. Some of us who've had success in this industry, we've been kind of cursed because people say, well, this is what you've been doing for 14 years, Paul. You're a network marketer. And so, but none of us were network marketers when we started. I mean, everyone started from something else. I don't know anyone, and I know today I think you can get a degree in network marketing or something, from what I understand. But I don't know anyone who has one. So we all went through our challenges, and the key difference is we had a very similar attitude of like, hey, we're going to do this and learn this, make that commitment, go through the struggle process, and do what it takes because we see that the rewards, what the rewards are at the end. So thank you so much for sharing. You got something?
One more thing, real quick. A lot of my people on my team are not network marketers either, and they're amazing women and men that just see this vision too. So it's been a great growing experience even with each one of them.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, LoriAnn. Appreciate that. Now what I'd like to do is bring on ASEA's next, the newest diamond, who it's been wonderful to see his path. He's a critical member here of Team React, and you hear him every Thursday morning with Michael Stern there, and to see him grow and hit the rank of diamond it's just been so heartwarming. We're all super, super excited for him. So without further ado, I'd like to bring on Brent Brooks to share some of his words of wisdom and share with us his great journey to diamond. So please welcome Diamond Executive Brent Brooks.
Thank you, Paul. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, very good.
Awesome. Well, I want to congratulate LoriAnn and extend some gratitude to all of you that are on the line because all of you have had an influence on me. I found ASEA at a point in my life where I needed a change in trajectory in a positive way. I had just returned from a few months out of the country and found myself with a fading whisper of an income, no car, and not a whole lot of social equity. But I reached out to an old friend, and that was LoriAnn, and she connected me to ASEA. And after experiencing the benefits of the technology, I made something similar to what LoriAnn made because LoriAnn had me in front of Alan Noble at a Starbucks in Frisco, Texas. And he said, "What's your commitment level to ASEA?" And I said, 5 years. I wasn't going to judge this until 5 years were up. And I think that taking the word "if" off the table is very, very important. As much as we seem to all say that same sort of thing in a different way, well, otherwise you're driving with the brakes on. And people around you can tell that you're not really in your own business, so why in the world would they want to be? And then I was inspired a few months into my business by a 10FX call that the wonderful Michael Stern there, my dear friend now, Michael Stern, had a 10FX call on how to be persistent and successful in this business as an introvert. And that gave me the courage to, in those moments of truth, where you might back away and shy away from having a conversation that might lead somewhere positive, you go ahead and do it anyway, to put yourself out there. And I guess the other thing that comes to mind is that I'm a product of the ASEA culture. Our product detoxifies cells, and our business detoxifies belief systems, and the culture, if you let it, heals broken hearts, and it certainly has in my case. Getting exposed to events like Base Camp and Ascent, having incredible one-on-one relationships, this is going to be my, I think, 5th convention now, immersing yourself in that culture and letting it work on you as much as you work on your business is really important. And I guess the last thing I'll tell you, Paul, is that for many, many years, my father sold insurance, health insurance, life insurance, disability insurance, and I was driving the other day to lunch, and I said to myself, all those years casualty business, something had to go wrong for someone who was buying one of those policies. And not that there's not merit to insurance. Obviously there is, and there's merit to that profession. But something had to go wrong for someone to benefit from one of those policies. And I'm thinking, I'm not in the casualty business. I'm in the causality business. I'm in the business of cause and effect, of setting things into motion. We all are. If you're building an ASEA business, you're setting out that ability to create relationship dynamics, to plant the seed that where the timing might not be right, but later it is, if you can have some level of acceptance in here, in your heart, for that non-linear progression, because what we do is not tied strictly to a schedule and to time. It grows because we have a level of commitment and a level of activity, but we don't know exactly when the harvest is going to come in. But I'm so happy for LoriAnn that it has. I'm so happy for me and where my life's headed because of making that commitment. And I encourage everyone, as you were saying, to on the line, to go to convention and to get that belief, because it truly can change the trajectory of your life in a way that trading time for money in and of itself as an only strategy cannot. So thank you for having me on the line. I love everybody, and I can't wait to see you at convention.
Fantastic, fantastic. We love to see all these new diamonds, people achieve the rank of diamonds. Again, it shows it can be done, and everyone, you put your heart, you put your mind, you focus, get rid of all the distractions. You know, my friend Les Brown has a great term in Facebook, weapons of mass distraction, right? Oh, I thought was pretty funny. Just get focused, and have a realistic expectation, like LoriAnn was talking about as well, and realize you can do this. It can happen for you. So congratulations to everybody out there, and thanks. I want to thank all the diamonds for joining us here on the Hangout tonight. And give you a heads up for next week. Be sure to tune in next week. We're going to do another Tech Connection Hangout, and I'm going to be talking about and giving you some updates on the new ABC platform. So again, join us live, same time, same place. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your evening, rest of the week, and I'll see you later. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.